Ladies and gentlemen, how are you? I'm going to make sure I don't have any shows going. I do. I've always got a show going in the background. There we go. How are you all? Good to see you in the chat. It is Nights with Ping for another late night show. Another one. We're doing another. Uh, who's in the chat? Let's have a look. Danny Mitchell, the chat celebrity, is here. Good to see you, Danny. Kathy Lynch. Sherry Runs Late was here before too. Mr. James Avery or Mrs. James Avery, we don't know. But James Avery, good to see you. Diane Marie is here. Gambler. My cat's pulling down biscuits apparently. Little Dove, hey Little Dove, I hope you are doing well. It is great to see you in the chat. And my best friend in the whole wide world, Beth B, how are you? I hope you are doing really, really well. It's nice to see you back here tonight. Amy007 is here, Blue Moon, Marilyn Landers, Petunia, uh, Candy Williams, Peekaboo Cockatiel, I hope you are feeling much better as well. Hope everyone's on the uptick. That'd be good. Kelly in Texas is here. Woos, so many people. Oh, Websleuth is here. How is everyone? LMS83, Mamma Mia, Moonlight View, I Hate Mornings. There's so many people. We're going to have a show that's just about reading out names in a chat. Someone's going to do that. LMS says, I'm here, but listening a really bad week, and it continues. LMS, I'm sorry you are having a bad week. That is terrible. We've got a lot of things to get through tonight, but you're going to have to give me 2 seconds to fix something, and I'll be back. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. My cat is very, very naughty. She got new biscuits delivered, and she was trying to eat them with the bag closed. She's a little weird. All right, let's get going. We have a lot to get through tonight. There's been all sorts of weird stuff happening today in the world of true crime. I saw some people talking about this one. I'm going to do this one first, and let's get this set up for everyone. Donna Adelson arrested. I don't know if I don't know if this is, a big deal or small deal, but I think anytime you get arrested at an airport, your life is not going the way it should do. It says here, whoops, let me get the camera on. Hey guys, how are you? Good to see you. Uh, it says here, the mother of a Florida dentist convicted in a 2014 murder for hire killing of Florida State law professor Dan Markle was arrested and taken into custody at Miami International Airport on Monday night. Donna Adelson was arrested on charges of murder, conspiracy, and solicitation in Markle's murder, the same crimes for which her son, 47-year-old Fort Lauderdale dentist Charlie Adelson, was convicted a week before. Donna Adelson's daughter and Charlie Adelson's sister, Wendy Adelson, was previously married to Markle. The arrest was a bombshell development in the nearly decade-long Markle case, coming in rapid-fire succession after a jury convicted Charlie Adelson on November 6. Donna Adelson, 73, is the second member of her family and the fifth person to be charged in connection with the murder, amid a bitter post-divorce fight between Markle and his ex-wife. Prosecutors have argued that members of the Adelson family conspired to hire hitmen to kill Markle. Latin Kings gang member Luis Riviera and Sigfredo Garcia, Katie Magbona are also all in prison with connection to the murder. Jeez, how many people do you want in connection to one murder? Victim's former mother-in-law was trying to flee the country, officials say. There's a photo of her. I mean, cover girl, right? She just looks like she was ready for Paris catwalks. It says State Attorney Jack Campbell confirmed to the Tallahassee Democrat, part of the Today Network apparently, that Donna Adelson and her husband Harvey Adelson were intercepted at the airport Monday and that they had one-way tickets to Vietnam with a stop in Dubai. Okay, that's a bit of a long way around the world, isn't it? You're going to Vietnam with a stop in Dubai. Investigators had the evidence needed to charge Donna, but her trip to the airport sped up their timeline, apparently. That's what forced our hand, Campbell said. We started talking to some of our law enforcement partners about the complexities of trying to bring someone back from either Dubai or Vietnam, and that might be very complicated and lengthy process. So that's why we had to make a decision quickly. Let's have a look at something for a second. Vietnam. I just want to check something about Vietnam. Does Vietnam have an extradition treaty with the United States? The United States does not have an extradition treaty with China, Indonesia, Iran, Mongolia, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Taiwan, the Ukraine, or Vietnam. So there you go. If they went to Vietnam, they may never have got them back. What about the other one? Dubai. Was that on my list? No, Qatar was. Let's have a look. Dubai. Says here, generally speaking, the US government will not have any additional privilege from the absence of a bilateral treaty. So it says the US and the UAE do not have a formal written extradition treaty, one of a handful of countries that do not. So there you go. Either of those countries where they had a one-way ticket, they would not be coming home from, most likely. It seems like they were trying to get to somewhere where they couldn't be brought back. Candy Williams says she is 73 years old. That is true. That's what we said. It's they could have a family reunion in the jail. Like if they ever get the female and the male populations together, they could have like a Christmas family dinner. It also says down here, her arrest came less than 24 hours before a Leon County grand jury is scheduled to meet, though it's unclear whether her case will be heard. All first-degree murder charges run through the grand jury. Donna Adelson was arrested and booked into Miami-Dade jail. It was not immediately clear when she will be transported to Leon County Detention Facility, where her son is incarcerated while he awaits sentencing. Campbell said the state did not have the evidence to arrest Harvey Adelson, a retired dentist and former owner of the Adelson Institute in Tarmac, where Donald Adelson served as office manager, and Charlie Adelson, a periodontist, also worked. So here's a bit of uh, a tree, sort of like a tree of death, if you want a tree of hitmen murders. So you have Charlie in the middle, and there's Catherine on this side, Sigfredo Garcia, and Luis Riviera. So these were part of the hit. And this side is his family, Donna. That's Harvey. Those were the two that were intercepted at the airport. Wendy and Dan Markle. So they had a previous relationship. It's a twisted web. It's almost like some other family cases we have seen. Anytime you get into family, it seems like, yeah, you just don't have much luck. Hey, Nanalana, good to see you. All about child custody hearings, yes. Two Broke says the poor guy didn't stand a chance. It didn't seem so, right? It seems like he was set up from the beginning very, very badly. Marilyn Landis says, what a wonderful family. Well, they're Petunia says, not much of a chatter, lovely greetings to all. You can be more of a chatter if you want. Just seeing what you guys are saying. Amy says they are horrible people. Yep. I mean, anytime you think your problems can go away by murdering someone and soliciting a hitman or more than one hitman, I think you have bigger problems than, just family arguments. It says here, what happened to Dan Markle? I think we've read this before. Markle, then a 41-year-old father of two young sons, was shot twice in the head on the morning of July 18, 2014, after parking his car in the garage of his Trescott Drive home. He died the next day at hospital. The investigation by the Tallahassee Police Department and the FBI led to the arrest of the two hitmen, Riviera and Garcia, and Magbana, who were the killers linked to Charlie Adelson. Riviera took a plea deal in 2016 in Markle's murder and flipped on Garcia and Magbana, the mother of Garcia's children and Charlie Adelson's ex-girlfriend. Both Garcia found guilty in 2019 and Magbana found guilty in her second trial last year are serving life in prison. Rory. Jeez. My cat decided that the box is much fun to play in. Yeah, so there you go. It says, who is Donna Adelson and what is her connection to the murder? Donna Adelson, who has 3 children with her husband Harvey, is the matriarch of the family that built a successful dental practice in South Florida before allegedly planning and financing Markle's murder. So she was sort of like the money. She was the money of the operation. Prosecutors have long considered Donna and Harvey Adelson and their daughter Wendy Adelson, Markle's ex-wife and the mother of their 2 sons, as conspirators in the murder for hire plot. Wendy Adelson testified during her brother's trial that her family was not involved. What else was she going to say? Oh, yeah, we were totally involved. You know, we paid for it. We even drew them maps and gave them a photo of him. And, we were so involved. We basically did it ourselves. Of course, she was going to say we weren't involved. What else was she going to say? Donna Adelson featured heavily in her son's 8-day trial through wiretaps with her son that were played in the court and emails and texts with her family that prosecutors read aloud. Though she and her husband were both initially listed as witnesses, the state and defense both agreed to drop them before the trial. Interesting. Prosecutors said the nasty post-divorce proceedings included a request by Markle to bar Donna Adelson from unsupervised visits with her grandchildren. They're saying that provided the motive for the murder. Countless communications among the Adelson family, which featured heavily in Charlie Adelson's trial, would resurface in any future prosecution. I wonder if we've got like a little video that can show us her at the airport getting cuffed. Let's have a look. I would like to see that. Wouldn't you? I would. Anytime bad people getting cuffed at airport, I'd like to see it. Let's see. Do we have it? Maybe this one from our friends at Court TV might have it. Let's have a look. Maybe here. Okay. Yep, they do have something. Give me 2 seconds.
Adelson. They chose to start with her when they wanted to shake things up with this family to see if they could get information. Let's go back to that moment.
This is Adelson. How you doing? Just want to give you this. Listen. No, don't be scared. Listen, I just want to let you know that we know that your family has been taking care of Katie and her friend Hugo for quite some time after your problem up north that we saw. And I want to let you know that my brother, he's incarcerated. He helped your family with this problem you guys had up north. And we want to make sure that he's going through some rough times. We want to make sure that you take care of what he's going through the way you're taking care of Katie and Tuco. Well, this will explain it. Thank you.
Joel.
We had that.
Okay, that wasn't her getting arrested. That was more like some sort of covert operation with some sort of like camera hidden in someone's jacket in a car, like on the other side of the street. That's a shame. I would have liked to have seen her in handcuffs. Yeah, I don't think anyone has the footage unless I'm missing it somewhere. Because I had a quick look and I don't see, like, it would be all over the news if someone had it. Just trying to just double check my links, make sure that I don't have it. No, I don't seem to have it. That's a shame. Someone has her first court appearance. Uh, we do have the first court appearance, but I'm going to leave that unless I don't think you guys want to listen to 40 minutes of court time. You guys can look it up. It's on Law and Crime if you would like to see that later at a later time. Gambler says Donna wrote the checks. Yep, it says that she financed it in the article. Donna wrote the checks to her even though she never worked there. To Bonner. Is that how you pronounce her name? If I'm not pronouncing it right, that's okay. Bad people don't get their names pronounced correctly. Thanks. Thanks, Gambler. I appreciate it. Marilyn Lander says busted. Yes, busted. Gambler says, I think she'll also get a visit. Well, maybe. Maybe. We'll see. If they've already arrested this many people, I would not be surprised if there's more arrests coming. All right. This one. This is the big story of the day as far as I'm concerned. Hockey star arrested after slashing opponent's throat with skate on ice. Now, we spoke about this a couple of weeks ago, and we saw the video of this. They're playing a game of hockey in the UK, and it sort of looked like he lifted his leg at the last moment and got the guy in the neck with the skate. He died, and now they have charged this guy with manslaughter. And I said at the time, I thought they would do that because it was so egregious what happened. So it says here, a hockey player has been arrested on manslaughter charges following the death of Nottingham Panthers hockey player Adam Johnson, who succumbed to his injuries after a game at the Utilita Arena in Sheffield in England. BBC reports that South Yorkshire Police Department confirmed that a man had been arrested on suspicion of manslaughter following Johnson's death. Police did not release the suspect's name or age, but Sports Illustrated reports that Sheffield Steelers star Matt Petgrave is assumed to be the defendant. On October 28, Johnson, originally from Minnesota, died after Petgrave's skate cut his neck during the game. Nearly 8,000 fans witnessed the event as people attempted to assist Johnson, who later passed away from his injuries. Video of the game showed Johnson skating with a puck before Petgrave moved in and collided with another player, causing Petgrave's left skate to kick up as he fell. The blade struck Johnson's neck and both men crashed onto the ice. The graphic footage also showed how Petgrave's skate blade inflicted the fatal laceration. Now, we do have it. I just want to make sure this is not the one. There's two versions of it. There's two bits of it. I just want to make sure it's the right one. There's one that's a bit more graphic, and there's one that's like a little further away. All right, it's the good one. Well, not the good one, but the one that we could watch here.
Looks like a routine hockey collision on the ice, but look again. You can see the skate of the player in red fly up and hit the other player in the neck.
We knew it was not good.
Carrie Johnson was home in Minnesota watching a live stream of her nephew, former NHL player Adam Johnson, taking part in a professional game in England. That's when she saw, to her horror, her stricken nephew, blood streaming, being taken off the ice. He was pronounced dead at the hospital.
In all of my 50-some years of playing and watching hockey, I have never, ever seen something like that. This is just my opinion.
You see that last movement of the guy. Just I wonder if we can see it.
Something like that.
You can't really get it, but
This is just my opinion.
It looks like he
I do
deliberately
believe
lifts
the
that
kick was
leg.
deliberate.
It really
Police are
does.
investigating the tragedy, calling it standard practice with all unexpected and sudden deaths. How sharp can hockey blades get? Sports store manager Michael Osinga showed me.
All these scars on my hand are from sharpening steel.
Now, after the shocking news of the death of a pro player, the NHL is in discussions about whether or not neck guards like this or the one built into this shirt should be required for all players.
It's going to save your life if a skate hits your neck. These are actually infused with Kevlar, stuff that stops bullets and knives.
West Point hockey player Eric Huss survived a similar injury to his neck earlier this year.
That combination of how sharp they are and how fast the game is moving, it almost makes them a weapon.
He now wears a neck guard and thinks they should be mandatory.
I don't know how you can argue against them.
We were
Why shouldn't it be mandatory? I don't think it restricts a player from doing like their game or their position. And if it's going to save someone's life, I mean, the NFL has brought different things in. I know the soccer has, the basketball has. So this should be a no-brainer for the NHL. They should just bring it in, get it in, make sure no one else's family has to lose a loved one in this way ever. That's awful. And it takes away the magic from the game. If people keep dying or getting severely injured like that, little kids watch it as well at home and they have their favorite players. Like, imagine if little kids saw that at the arena. I mean, I know it's a violent sport, but horrible. LA says neck guards are a long-standing issue. Well, they should bring it in. Gambler says one of Adam's teammates said he doesn't think Petgrave did it intentionally. Like I said a few weeks ago, it appears Petgrave bounced off the guy in front of him. Yeah, I see this kind of issue a lot when someone gets hurt in any kind of contact sport, NHL and NFL, things like that. There's actually another one going around today. A Cowboys, his name's Vander Esch. He is gone with a neck injury for the rest of the year probably. And they are saying that it was the 49ers left tackle, Trent Williams, who shoved him into a guy in front of him and damaged his neck. And everyone's like, oh, it was a dirty play. But it wasn't. It was just part of the motion of the sequence of events. It wasn't done on purpose. And so I get it, but it just looks bad from the video. Yeah, like your leg should never get that high. It just almost looked like a karate kick, even if it wasn't intentional. But Diane Marie says, why is nothing ever done before a tragedy happens? I know the actual little guard, the neck guard, doesn't look that intrusive. Hold on. Let's see if we can find one to have a look at. So it looks like Bauer. If you know Bauer, the company, they make quite a few here, and they look fairly cheap too. They have all different types as well. They have a full length one that looks like it goes under the jersey, and it protects quite a large area. And they have this is the type they had in the show. This is more like a streamlined one, I guess, more lightweight, more for around the neck. I mean, it doesn't look restrictive in any way. It doesn't look like it would stop them from, being awesome or, playing their position. They look pretty. I mean, this one is quite big, but I don't think it would. They wear pads and all type of stuff, so I don't think it would prevent them from doing anything that they want to do. Oh, hold on, guys. I heard something beep. Oh, hold on. I have to read this out. Give me 1 second. It's my friend and moderator of the chat, Moonlight View, says, we love you, Ping and Mrs. Ping. Thank you very much for the donation, Moonlight View. I really appreciate it. And thanks for all your help in the chat. It's very, very nice of you. And the donation's very, very kind of you. It's I've been trying to put on as many shows as I can when Trisha's away to make sure people don't miss out on having some sort of show, even if it's on this channel. So, been working very hard, and it's very, very appreciated. Thank you. Yeah, the neck guards, I think they look great. They should be mandated through the hockey, different hockey leagues. Like, look at this. They even make one for like little kids. This is for like a junior. So like, what's that? Like a teenager. So they make one for like smaller children, all ages. So there's no excuse. They make them. They're not very expensive, ranging from $19 to about $60. And if you're playing hockey in the major leagues or whatever, what's $59? Nothing, right? They make millions. They make, 10,000 a game more. It doesn't cost anything. Even the equipment sponsors might pay for it. Bring on Bauer and they might give it to you for free as long as you put their branding on the uniform or something. So the solutions are there. Hey, LA, how are you? LA says you have no idea about the settlements. A settlement? Oh, LA says, hold on. LA says my law firm was under gag order for Hockey Canada due to the Todd Bertuzzi and Steve Moore incident. Okay. And that you worked in litigation. That's very interesting. I'm guessing that you are still unable to talk about it. Guys, 1 second. All right, there we are. Sorry about that. That's very interesting. Maybe I can put this up on the screen in order so people can follow along. Where is it? Where's our friend LA? Here, she says, I worked in litigation for the Todd Bertuzzi and Steve Moore incident. My law firm was under gag order for Hockey Canada. You have no idea of the settlements. She says, I never signed anything. Good work, LA. It was a Chinese wall, though. I don't know what that means. Oh, you mean like it was silence, like it was very, very hard to get information through. I get it. I don't know that incident. Maybe Gambler does. He knows a lot of them. Gambler says, hard to believe years ago the goalies didn't wear the mask. It was only in the past 40-ish years that helmets became mandatory. Because goalies have that one that they wear that mask, but they have the one that hangs down under their throat too, don't they? They have one that kind of dangles under their main mask for a goalie. Candy Williams, where are you, my friend? Candy Williams says, I just saw where Maya is filing a sexual assault charge against the hospital. That must be a different case. That must be a completely different case. Lindy says, I've seen this happen before. Don't remember where, but I do remember the blood on the ice. It was horrible. Probably somewhere in Canada. I think Gambler, last time we talked about this, showed us a different incident that happened a while ago, like years ago, where another player got their neck cut and it was all over, everywhere. I don't know if it's the one that LA is talking about or a different one, but he was able to tell me about it last time. I'm just trying to read here. Hey, Melmac. Melmac says, please give Ping a like and thumbs up. It's free and helps the YouTube algorithm. Yes, thank you. I'd appreciate that. That would be amazing. Hey, Melmac. Good to see you, by the way. Gambler says the goalie throat guard came into effect when Clint Malachuk. Yeah, that's the one you told us about last time. Clint Malachuk. That's the one I was talking about a minute ago. Gambler told us about it last time. All right. That's a good result for that death on the ice. Now they can work it out in court. Is there a charge to answer? Does a jury think so? We'll find out. As sad as it is, maybe it's a good way to enforce some change. That would be a good thing. Okay, all right. I do have something we missed yesterday, and I don't think we talked about it. It says here the son of a top Hollywood exec has been charged with murder following the discovery of a dismembered torso in a dumpster. It says Samuel Haskell has been charged with 3 counts of murder, which, if he is convicted, could lead to a life sentence in prison. What's interesting, one of the cops was saying, "Oh, I don't need a body to arrest for murder." I don't think they found the May Haskell's mum or dad yet. I don't think they found either of them so far. But there was an interesting little tidbit down here. Here. It says here, prosecutors have claimed that Haskell hired 4 day laborers to take away heavy plastic trash bags from his home. One of the laborers opened up the bag and allegedly observed human body parts. They called 911 and reported the incident. So that's where that original report of the black bag with the body parts came from. It says here, the workers returned the bags and the $500 in cash to Haskell, but the bags had disappeared by the time police arrived. So he must have taken them somewhere. We know that he threw the torso into the dumpster about 5 miles from the family home. But where is the rest of them? Like, where's the rest of May? Where are the parents? And where are those vehicles that they can't find? It's really like it's been what, a week? About a week or so? And they still don't have any information on where the rest of the people are. It says the torso is believed to belong to May Lee, but they still have not positively identified her. That's horrible. It says here the district attorney Beth Silverman says we suspect that the torso is the body of May Haskell. No, Rory. No other bags containing body parts or remains have been recovered to date, but she says, I don't need a body to charge a murder. There were items of evidence found in the house that indicated he dismembered the bodies. Now, the bodies, plural, S. So he dismembered all of them, not just his wife. So that is just unbelievable. It says here the neighbor of the Haskells have spoken how he was obsessed with martial arts, guns, and samurai swords. He is currently in jail without bail. That kind of rhymed, okay. He's due to appear in court in front of a judge on Monday, November 13th. Wait, that was 2 days ago. It says here, and his arraignment has been pushed back to next month, probably to gather more evidence and try find the other missing people. Here, we might be able to watch the ABC.
A Tarzana man has been arrested in the murder of a woman who was found dismembered.
She has not been identified, but the man's wife is missing, and so are his in-laws. Eyewitness News reporter Rob Hayes is live in Encino with more on the family and the suspect. Rob?
Well, yeah, that suspect is the son of a former Hollywood super agent and current president of a production company. His son is accused of murder and dumping part of a body in this garbage bin. LAPD homicide detectives have a wide net to cast. A murder scene at this home in Tarzana, a dismembered body found near this dumpster in Encino, and several missing people.
We're looking for 3 people that are still unaccounted for.
They would be 37-year-old May Haskell and her parents, Yanxiang Wang and Gaoshen Li. They all lived in this home on Coldstream Terrace in Tarzana, along with May Haskell's 3 young children and her husband. He is 35-year-old Samuel Bond Haskell, now under arrest. Eyewitness News has confirmed that he is the son of prominent Hollywood executive Sam Haskell Sr., who resigned as CEO of the Miss America organization after a 2017 email scandal and is currently the president of Magnolia Hill Productions. His son booked on suspicion of murder after detectives found blood and other evidence at the family's home.
It's heartbreaking.
People who live near the Haskells say the neighborhood is rocked by the murder investigation. This neighbor, who didn't want to be identified, told our Jaisha Patel she had recently befriended May Haskell and noted that her husband seemed to have psychological problems.
The husband, something seemed so off. Something seemed so weird. I thought maybe he's sick, something's wrong. All I kept saying to my family, something's wrong with her.
Samuel and May Haskell have 3 children, 6, 8, and 12 years old. They are safe, picked up yesterday by police at their school. Neighbor Sally Raber says she rarely saw the family, but spotted the husband on the very same day police were first called to the home.
I don't see them much. I was driving on Tuesday. I was driving home and I saw him walking on the street. He was wearing all black.
Police are looking for 2 vehicles associated with the family. A white Volkswagen Tiguan, license plate number 9ANC890, and a 2014 Nissan Pathfinder, license plate 7FRM190. Now,
So I'm going to leave it there, but it's been a week. They have a bolo out on those 2 vehicles and nothing. I find that really odd that in a week they still don't know where he could have taken those vehicles and the remains. He didn't have that long. Those workers called the police, and then how quick could he have got rid of those 2 vehicles? I mean, Mel Max says that Lady Planik, her body has never been found either. Do you mean Heidi Planik? Yeah, Mel Max says, yes. Sorry, I couldn't remember her first name. Yeah, they never found her either. Very, very sad. Top secret to you. Hey, top secret to you. Good to see you. Marilyn Landis says, psycho, all right. Could be. I mean, the fact that the neighbors knew something was wrong with him, it means, like, how much did they witness in the time leading up to the murders? For real. Hey, Juicy Jules. How are you? Oh, good holidays? Yeah, it's going to be Thanksgiving next week. Next week? The week after? I can't remember. I'm not American. LA says, I have opinions. Okay. You can have opinions, my friend. It's okay. Moonlight View says, flip case weirdo. Hold on, I just want to find something. Melmax says, the Haskell dude is a hot mess. Yeah, he is a bit, right? Okay. Have fun, LA. That's okay. You can go do that if you need to. Have fun with it. I'm not sure what you're going to talk about, but it should be fun. Marilyn Landis says in water. Well, that's what I was thinking. Some of these cars are pretty new, right? They would have tracking technology probably that the police could get through a telco, like a telecom or whoever, maybe even the car manufacturer. So you would think they would be able to track them somewhat, maybe, or traffic cameras. I know that takes time, but that's a way they could look for them. So I don't know LA well enough to know where they could take 2 cars with human remains where the cops wouldn't find them in a short space of time. I don't know, but maybe someone knows. Oh, okay. All right. All right, that's enough Haskell for tonight. Now, I have an update on another case that we spoke about the other night. You remember Mr. Crazy Eyes? Remember this guy? Remember we showed you how he aged through the years of his offending? Well, we have more information on what he did to this lovely woman. It says here, a woman reported missing in June is found dead in boyfriend's fridge. In his fridge. What the hell? It says here, a Texas woman who vanished in June was found dead in her boyfriend's home on Sunday. According to KDFW, McKinney police were executing a search warrant at Chad Stevens' home when they discovered Heather Schwab's body in a refrigerator wrapped in plastic. Schwab's mother reported her missing in June, though she said he had not seen her daughter in a year due to disagreements about various issues, including Schwab's drug use. KDFW reported that Schwab's mother contacted cops again in early November, alleging that Stevens' ex-wife said that Stevens killed her missing daughter and buried her in the backyard. Stevens' ex-wife and daughter told investigators that they called Stevens to inform him that he would be a grandfather. He allegedly threatened to kill his daughter's unborn baby, leading the daughter to tell him to be careful with his words, as Schwab is still missing. And he said, I quote, "Oh, so you think I killed her?" Stevens responded, according to KDFW. Before executing the search warrant at Stevens' home, police reportedly used a drone and noticed several irregularities with Stevens' backyard. An arrest affidavit detailed how the only entry to Stevens' kitchen had been suspiciously closed and concealed from the remainder of the residence with a piece of sheetrock. What the hell? After Schwab was found dead, Stevens allegedly admitted to concealing her body after she died in July. Stevens provided multiple stories before claiming Schwab died days after falling in the shower and hitting her head. However, Stevens' neighbors told the news outlet that he told them she died of cancer. Stevens was arrested at the scene and charged with assault causing bodily injury. Additional charges are forthcoming depending on the medical examiner's determination. What the hell? Mr. Crazy Eyes, what have you done? What? How would that work? Why would you wrap her in plastic? Where do they get these ideas from? They watch too many movies, Hollywood movies of serial killers. Hold on. I want to find the news clipping for this. Where is it? Chad Stevens. Okay. Hopefully this is the right one.
Heather Schwab's family shared these photos with us of the mom of two who was once a standout cheerleader. They say they're not quite ready to tell their story just yet, instead, giving us this statement saying, in part, her family is beyond grief stricken and brokenhearted. We appreciate all the thoughts and prayers that her family is receiving. Schwab would have turned 36 tomorrow, but instead, her family is planning her funeral after her body was found at this McKinney home on Sunday. Her family says in the past few years, they'd become estranged. They blame what they call a wildly abusive relationship with Chad Stevens, the man charged in connection with her death. Court documents give us a piece of the puzzle. Schwab's family reported her missing back in June after Schwab's neighbors on Pearson Avenue told them they hadn't seen Schwab in several months. When police interviewed Stevens then, he told them Schwab had left him a year prior and he hadn't heard from her since and didn't know where she was. The next update came months later on November 3rd. The affidavit says Schwab's mom contacted police again, this time telling them that Stevens' ex-wife and daughter had reached out to her and told her Stevens told them he killed Schwab and buried her in his backyard. Police interviewed them November 4th. They told police in a recent phone call Stevens asked his daughter how she knew about the backyard and a bunch of other random things and made comments about researching the penalty for hiding a body. The information was enough for police to get a search warrant. They found Schwab's remains Sunday morning. Stevens was arrested and charged with tampering with evidence. Court records show this charge adds to a lengthy rap sheet, including an assault charge from earlier this year. In McKinney, I'm Janelle Ford.
I mean, you feel terrible for her family, right? She had her issues, obviously, and then you have someone like this man, another Chad Stevens, take her life, apparently. Allegedly? Probably. There you go. Like you said, Ping's funny. Sometimes. Why, what'd she say? Oh, yeah, Mr. Crazy Eyes. He is Mr. Crazy Eyes for sure. How does one send PM on here? I don't think you can. At least I don't know how you can. I don't think that there's a way to do it on YouTube itself. LA says, I do know who I am. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you know who you are, because I'd be very concerned if you didn't. I mean, we'd worry about you. We'd think you might have Alzheimer's. We'd have to get you a checkup or something. You know, we want to make sure you're all right. So that's a good thing to know. All right, all right. Just trying to see if I missed anything. Harley says it was a misunderstanding. He didn't understand what you were saying. Oh yeah, I thought LA said she had to go to do another show. I thought she said she was invited to go somewhere and like do a segment somewhere. That's okay. It's my fault. I was reading the chat and wasn't connecting between the messages. Chad Hunter says, I'm glad my name starts with an S. I know, right? You're like the good Chad that has an S for a name, not a C. All right. If I hear any more about this, I'll bring it to you. I think it's extremely sad, and I feel very sorry for her family. The fact that she was about to have a new relative born into the world, and she will no longer get to see them. And yeah, I want to know what's wrong with this guy too, Chad Stevens. He sounds like he was allowed to, you know, sort of get weirder and weirder, and nobody stepped in to find out what was going on in that house for a long period of time. You know, there has to have been something else going on that we don't know about, because people don't just put bodies in the fridge for no reason and then threaten to put people in the backyard. I mean, something was going on for sure. Top Secret to you said, did we talk about the Addisons or was I joining late? We talked about the Adelson arrest a little earlier. Yeah, we did. But we can go over it again if you really want to. Let's have a look. I had something else. Hold on. Hold on 1 minute. I'm Steve Lookner. One moment. Breaking news. Gambler says, Ping, were you planning to talk about the verdict in the murder by Visine trial? I thought Trish was doing it, so I hadn't really done anything on that trial at all, because I thought she had been covering it, but maybe I was wrong. Kathy Lynch says, tired and not talkative, but I'm here and listening. I'm sorry, Kathy. I actually went at 10:30 tonight because I wanted you to be able to like be here, because you said that 9 o'clock you were unable to get to the chat because you look after your husband, which is cool. I know he's probably having a brandy and relaxing, and you're like, hurry up, I want to listen to true crime. We can have a look. A verdict in the murder of the Visine THZ trial. All right, hold on. So it looks like the verdict came out about 7 hours ago. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. Hold on, let me pause that. We'll read it first and then we'll go back. It says here, Jesse Kurzewski has been found guilty of all 3 charges in the Waukesha County eye drops trial. That's very interesting. That's not the first time I've heard recently of someone murdering someone with Visine. The jury deliberated for approximately 7 hours on Monday. Following closing arguments, deliberations began at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Tuesday and lasted for nearly 4 hours. That's pretty quick for a turnaround for a jury. Kuzelski, 39, of Franklin, was accused of poisoning beautician Lynn Hernan, a friend, with Visine drops in 2018. It is also alleged she took more than $290,000 from her. Oh, she has ugly crying face. There you go. She has that kind of ugly cry face. Kazuski was found guilty of 1 felony count of first-degree intentional homicide and guilty of 2 counts of theft of movable property less than $100,000 but more than $10,000. It's very specific. Sentencing will take place at 1:30 p.m. on December 7th. She faces mandatory life in prison for the homicide charge, while the other 2 counts carry a maximum of 5 years in prison each. So if she gets all of them, what is that, like 35 years? 25 plus 5 plus 5, I'd say. So 35. Following the verdict, Deputy District Attorney Abby Nicoli thanked the jury and witnesses for their efforts, saying the trial was seeking justice for the life that was unjustly taken. She called the verdict a step towards closure to all those who grieve Lynn. The defendant betrayed Lynn out of greed. Anthony Pozza, a friend of Hernan, said she was more like an aunt to her. She was not a loner and was the life of most get-togethers. He said this ordeal has been 5 years of stress, but knew he had to be a part of it for Aunt Linny. Wow, that's horrible. Let's see if we can watch this video of the verdict.
Right, I have confirmed there are 3 signed and 3 unsigned verdicts. I will read as to each count. We, the jury, find the defendant, Jesse R. Kershevsky, guilty of first-degree intentional homicide as charged in count 1 of the information. Signed by the foreperson, juror number 24, and dated today's date, the 14th of November, 2023. We, the jury, find the defendant, Jesse R. Kershevsky, guilty of theft of movable property as charged in count 2 of the information, signed and dated by the foreperson, juror number 24, this 14th day of November, 2023. As to the special verdict questions, if you find the defendant guilty, answer the following question. Was the property stolen more than $100,000? Answer, no. Was the property stolen more than $10,000? Answer, yes. No other amounts were answered. We, the jury, find the defendant, Jesse R. Kershevsky, guilty of theft of movable property as charged in count 3 of the information, signed by the foreperson, dated today's date, the 14th day of November, 2023. Was the property stolen more than $100,000? Answered, no. Was the property stolen more than $10,000? Answer, yes. No other special verdicts questions answered.
So, do you think she's upset because she was caught and sentenced to a harsh sentence, or because she has any kind of remorse? That's what I want to know. Yeah, I think Marilyn Landis said she knew before the verdict. Oh, 100%. I think she knew she had done something wrong and that whatever she did during the trial didn't fool anyone and that the evidence was quite strong. I mean, just don't do these things to people. Just be kind to people. Don't put Visine in their food or water and be like, "Oh my god, they died. Oh my, I might spend the rest of my life in prison." I mean, yeah, that's what happens when you kill people. We tend to throw those people in jail. I mean, um it's not well known. It's something we all know when we're like 12. Kill other human equal jail. It's, pretty simple stuff. Mel Max says money, the root of all evil. Jesse had a gambling habit. Ah, that makes a lot of sense. Um, so the way you pronounce her last name is Cheskowski or something, or it's got an F in there apparently, where Ping can't pronounce it. Oh, you're looking at Wooz's kitty? Woo sent photos of it a while ago. It's very, very cute. Moonlight View says any detail on the poor cats of the dead best friend. It didn't sound good at all. Of this case, I didn't see anything like that. Let me see if there's anything in the reading down here. It says here various medications were found in the system of the victim, including tetrahydrozoline, the chemical found in Visine, according to toxicology. I'll stop it. Apparently, her defense was Hernan was suicidal and consumed eye drops with vodka on her own. Yeah, because that's what we all do, right? We all get a bit sad and we're like, let's get a vodka. And I want to put eye drops in it. It needs a bit more of a zing to my vodka. I mean, I can't imagine she did that, even if someone was having a tough time and being close to the edge or whatever. And if that's true, why didn't she stop her? Why didn't she get her help? Why didn't she get her to a hospital? Why didn't she smack the Visine out of her hand and be like, I'll drink it on your behalf. I'm such a good friend. Let me die instead. She did none of those things, so. Hold on, guys. 1 second. That's Moonlight View said they said she had them euthanized or worse. That's horrible. I love cats and I don't ever want to see them killed like that. It's horrible. I'm just trying to see if there is a thing about the pets on here. I don't see anything about the pets. Come on. No. No, I don't see anything. Not in this article anyway. Yeah. I think it should be illegal for people to have names that have too many C's, R's, U's, C's, more C's, and Z's, and S and K's and I's. It's just too hard to pronounce. Just trying to see if I can find anything about the pets. I don't see anything. No. I don't see anything in any of the articles I can find quickly for you. Sorry about that, Moonlight View. Gambler says she tried to say she was doing it herself because she wanted to. At least one was put down. Oh, I don't like that when people do that to animals. People are crazy, LA. That is true. Yes, we double hate her for hurting animals. We do. Harley says, a lot of crazy people in this world, especially those murderers. There is, right, Harley? 100%. There's a lot of cruel people in this world that are only out for themselves. That is exactly what it seems like. Okay. I wanted to show you this while we have a little break from sad things. Well, I guess this could be sad in a minute. In Iceland, their volcano is going to erupt soon, and they've started construction of lava barriers to stop the lava from crushing this town. And there's live cams and things going on. I might have one up I can show you quickly. Yes, here. You guys can see, look, there's live cameras showing the areas where it might have an eruption, and people are following it and trying to wait for the eruption to happen. They think maybe today, sort of from some of the advice I've seen. So they've started construction to save this town because they're not sure how big this eruption. You can sort of see all the steam coming out. Apparently, there's quite a few steam kind of releases in the ground around here. So it says here, construction of lava barriers surrounding a power plant and the Blue Lagoon have begun. Barriers are meant to protect important infrastructure on the peninsula in Iceland in case of an eruption, which is still considered likely in the coming days or weeks. Iceland's parliament approved a bill just before midnight last night to enable the building of lava barriers, which will be financed through a tax hike. The barriers will be 6 to 8 meters high and are expected to take 30 to 40 days to complete. Wow, that's a long time. What if it explodes tomorrow? The gravel and soil used to build them are being mined from nearby Stapafell Mountain, and that preparations for building the barriers are going well, and they're trying to protect the power plant as much as they can, as it provides water and electricity to the entire region. It says over 200 companies and 2,000 workers are affected, and many of them have been evacuated from their homes and may also face unemployment due to the, seismic lava-ish activity. It's interesting that the way they paid for it is with a 0.08% tax hike on property fire insurance valuation. So to get lava barriers, you have to up your property's fire insurance valuation by 0.08%. That's how they do it in Iceland. So I guess it makes sense. Lava makes fire and sets things on fire. So Two Broke says, Ping, has anyone said anything about the iceberg and if it's affected? I hadn't heard anything about that just yet. I know that there's people watching the area of the mountain right now. Da, da, da. Gambler says, at one point, Jesse said Lynn said the Visine gave the vodka a little boost. Oh, gets you going, that Visine. Didn't they say, wasn't there some like old wives' tale that pilots put it in passenger or flight attendants put it in people who are rude to them? They put it in their drinks on the flight so they get the runs. Isn't that something like an old urban legend or something like that? I swear I've heard that before. I'm pretty sure I've heard that from multiple sources that they would do that when people were giving them a problem or being rude to them on the flight or just causing issues. They would put like a little bit of Visine in their Coca-Cola or something like that. Maybe it's just a Australian urban legend. Yeah, so I thought we would thought that was interesting about the lava. So if you're into nature and stuff like that and world events, maybe you can go watch some lava barrier construction at, I wish I could pronounce this word. Hold on. How do we pronounce this? Ping, be professional. Yeah. Like Reykjavik Peninsula? There you go. It's the best Icelandic I can do. So hold on, I'll put a link in the chat. So if people want to go watch this channel and watch their live show of lava, you can do so. If I can find my own stream. There we go. Here you go. You guys can watch that after if you would like. I have one more less story. What? What the hell? When did this happen? Hey. This must have happened when I wasn't 10:05 PM. This happened only like. Hold on, let's watch the news report together.
Or breaking news, 2 teenage girls shot and wounded in the Greenspoint area. The girls were with 2 others in a car at an apartment complex on Goodson and Airline when witnesses say 2 men walked up to them with guns and opened fire on their car. The driver managed to drive away along Airline and stopped at Aldine Bender, where they called 911. Police tell us one of the victims was shot in the face, the other in the leg. Right now, police are trying to find the 2 gunmen.
Shot in the leg and shot in the face. Teenagers. I cannot. It says here the 2 teenage girls were injured Tuesday after shots were fired into their vehicle. One of the girls was shot in the face, the other in the leg. Both were taken to hospital for their injuries. An innocent bystander was grazed by a stray bullet, but fortunately they were able to be treated and released. This must have just happened. No, 2 p.m. It says here, yeah, 2 p.m. HPD commanders and PIO at Arline and Aldine Bender after 2 juveniles were struck by gunfire. Unknown suspects fired shots at their vehicle. Wow. They said there's a briefing to come.
At about 8 p.m. this evening, our Southwestern patrol officers were dispatched to 7600 Bankside to contact with HI.
Stop that. Come on. There we go. And then there was like, look how much stuff is in the Houston
At
news
about
right
8
now.
p.m. this evening, our Southwestern patrol officers were dispatched to 7600 Bankside to contact with HISD police. The HISD police advised that earlier today they had an 8-year-old child that was not picked up at the school. The officers came over here to check on the status of the parents, see if they could come pick up the child. When the HISD officers got here, they saw something that led them to believe that the circumstances inside the house were dangerous. They made entry into the house. Once they got in the house, found an adult female deceased from apparent blunt trauma, and they found a male that appears to be deceased from self-hanging. Right now, our homicide investigators are on the scene conducting an investigation. We believe that this is a murder-suicide at this point.
Wow, how horrible. Like their children didn't get picked up from school because their dad allegedly murdered their mother and then the dad hung himself. I mean, how traumatic. Like wow, that's horrible. That's really, really horrible. I mean, those poor little kids, man, they don't know their whole world is going to change. They're not going to have mum or dad right now ever again. Really, really horrible. I mean, what's going on in Houston tonight? They've got like 5 stories all involving people dying. You got that one, the one we saw about the 2 teenage girls didn't die. But then you've got another one here, 3 students stabbed near Yates High School, HPD says. Then you've got a TDCJ officer dies while restraining inmate at the county jail. They're having a rough night. And then we've got an Amber Alert. Apparently there's an Amber Alert out too. Here. Amber Alert issued for Dallas 10-year-old. Here we go.
And we begin with breaking news in Dallas County. In the last hour, Wilmer police issued an Amber Alert for a young boy.
And they say he is in grave danger right now. Teresa Woodard is working to get more information from our newsroom.
Yeah, Chris, Cynthia, I just got off the phone with Wilmer Police. They told me a lieutenant is working to gather more information on this case right now, so we could get an update from them any moment. First, let's give you a better idea of where Wilmer is. It is in Dallas County, about 20 minutes south of the immediate Dallas metro area. Now, I want you to take a close look at the little boy who police are looking for. He's on the left there of your screen while I give you the information that we do have right now. The little boy is Ian Aguilar. He is 10 years old, black hair, brown eyes. According to the Amber Alert activated not long ago, Ian was last seen this morning on Oakdale Street in Wilmer. Investigators do say they believe he is with a man named Juan Aguilar Cano. You see him there on the right of your screen. Their relationship is not clear tonight. The suspect is believed to be driving a tan 2007 Chevy Tahoe. It has a Texas license plate, KVZ 1194. Now, we did make contact with CPS, Child Protective Services, to see if they have any records involving that child or suspect. Within the last half hour, they told us they have none. Again, police do believe this child is in grave or immediate danger. We're working to gather more information for you right now from Wilmer PD, and we'll bring it to you as soon as you can.
What is going on in Houston tonight? It's it's crazy. It's like everything and anything is happening there today. You got an Amber Alert, you've got that unfortunate murder-suicide, you've got the teen kids who were shot, and then you got 3 students near Yates High School who were stabbed. Then it says here, downtown shooting involving costumed gunmen will be referred to a grand jury without charges. Okay. It's a busy night in Houston, apparently. And then you got here, name of Prairie View A&M employee shot and killed by former employee released. And that's all on the front page. Wow, they are having a bad night over there. Burnt Popcorn says lots of guns. Yeah, apparently. Top Secret 2 says all in Texas. Apparently, yes, all in Houston. Hold on, something buzzed in my ear before and I forgot to check it. Oh, I see. Oh, it's from my friend Kathy Lynch. Kathy, thank you so much. That is amazingly kind. You and Moonlight View have been very generous and very amazing to do that for me. All I want to do is put on shows for everyone so you don't miss out while Trish is away and hopefully attract some more subscribers. But you guys are helping keep the channel going and funded, and I appreciate it very, very much. It is extremely kind of you. Woo says, I'm glad I live in Australia. Although we've had some gun crime here, Woo's, over the last week or so, for sure. There's been a couple of shootings, and especially in Sydney. Sydney's had a couple of gun-related deaths over there. Woo says those murder-suicides happening too often nowadays. That one's incredibly sad. The kids didn't get picked up from school, and that's what alerted someone to alerted authorities to something could be wrong at home. And they went to the home and they found that awful scene that they had to deal with. And then their children are going to not gonna know what's going on. They're going to be like, where's mom? Where's dad? Like, awful. Really, really yuck. I hate that we have to, have that happen. All right. I'll check if we got one more and then we'll wrap up. I see if I got something. Did you guys like last night how we talked about that surgeon who makes the superhero costumes for the children who are having brain surgery? I still can't get that out of my mind. It's so kind and really nice of the doctors to do that for the little kids. Just trying to see if I got another really a nice one to do. I thought I did. Maybe I don't. Let's see if I have it up here. Nope. Thought we might have had something nice we could finish the show on. What? Apparently, real-life miracle as Virgin Mary statue is filmed crying by awestruck worshippers in Mexico. It looks like a Disney animation. I wonder what causes this. This is seen quite often in different religious statues, not just Catholic or Christian, but in other cultures. And I wonder what causes this. If you used to watch Unsolved Mysteries in the 90s, they used to often have this type of this thing on Unsolved Mysteries, and it always used to get to me because I used to watch it and I'd be like, how did they do that, or why does it happen? They're saying that they can see it crying. If it makes people believe in something else and gives them hope, I'm all for it. Whatever comforts people in their hardest days, go for it. I'm happy for people to find something to believe in. In 2018, another Virgin Mary, this time in Argentina, was seen weeping tears of blood for what was reputed to be the 38th time. Oh my god, it looks like a horror movie or something. So you see them in all sorts of countries, and that is very odd. If someone knows what this means, let me know in the chat, because I don't. But I've always found these really interesting about why they happen, or what causes it to happen, or yeah. Let me see if anyone knows. Harley says, yes, I've seen it. Ah. Yeah, I like the surgeon for the kid. It's very cool. I really do like him. I thought he was amazing to put that much time and effort in just for something they're going to cut off next week or a few days later. They only have it on for a couple of days apparently, and then they cut it off. But he says if it gives the kids a bit of comfort while they're having very scary surgery, then it's worth it. Oh, actually, we spoke the other night about the young guy who died after being bashed by a bunch of bullies. It says here 8 students are charged with murder over fatal bully beating of Jonathan Lewis, 17, 2 weeks ago in Las Vegas. They charged 8 of them with murder. The teenager was set upon by 10 fellow students after he arranged to fight them on Tuesday. The 8 teens are aged between 13 and 17, and they've all been charged with murder. Wow. They actually finally charged someone over it. Apparently, a citizen found Lewis unresponsive after the beating, which happened in an alleyway near the school, and brought him back to the school. Lewis was then taken to UMC, where doctors determined that he had suffered non-survivable head trauma. Johnson said that the fight was over a pair of stolen wireless headphones and a possible vape pen, which were taken from friends of the victim. All parties involved agreed to meet in the alley to fight. There's a photo of the young man who died. And I'm not going to show the video. Apparently, as soon as a punch is thrown, 10 subjects immediately swarm him. I hate that when some people can't fight their own battles and they need like 8 of their mates to help out. That's not a manly endeavor. That's a very cowardly way of settling your disputes. You want to fight someone, that's fine. You do it one-on-one, not 8-1. 8-1 is not a fair fight. I've always lived my life that way. You want to fight? Fine. One-on-one, all good. You want to fight 8-1? No, that's unfair. Yeah, wow, I'm glad they finally got someone because of it. I really do. They killed him with blunt force trauma to the head. Unsurvivable trauma. How much he must have got beaten up. I feel sorry for his dad. His dad was on that video the other day. Oh, thank you, Laura. Laura sent a follow-up article to the Virgin Mary statue thing. A weeping Virgin Mary statue had its tears tested, revealing an unlikely substance. Interesting. They're saying the weeping liquid from its eyes started in 2018. Here, experts analyzed the substance and concluded it was olive oil mixed with perfume, similar in composition to chrism, the holy anointment balm used in Christian rites such as baptism. However, church authorities reportedly could not establish where the oil was coming from. Wow, that's interesting. I mean, that kind of makes sense that it would be something from the church, right? Olive oil and perfume. Do you think they do it as a sort of tourist attraction type thing for religious people? So they travel and they, you know, go to that church and partake in their services and that type of thing. I wonder. Oh, Petunia, good night. Thanks for being here. Hey, Lux, good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, Mel Max says maybe like anointing. Yeah, they said it was anointing balm. Top Secret Q says ritual for tourists. I think so too. Yeah, could be something like that to draw tourism to the area. A lot of these areas do survive on tourism dollars, so wouldn't surprise me either, to be honest. All right. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good for the night. I hope everyone's had a fun show, a lot of different stories, and I hope everyone's been having fun coming here each night when Trish isn't here. And we will be back tomorrow night, I promise. Mel Max says anointing dollars. Yeah, big dollars in the crying Virgin Marys. They reap in all the donation plate dollars. Heaps of them. Kazati says, thanks, Ping. Yep, no, thank you guys for being here. I very much appreciate when everyone shows up, likes the video, and subscribes. And if you leave a comment after the show on the replay crew, I very much appreciate it. I love getting to know people that maybe can't make the live show, but still want to, still want to connect or, have a say about what we talk about. So I've met so many great people through the replay crew, and I want to say thank you to Moonlight View and Kathy Lynch for donating tonight. I very much appreciate it, and we'll be back tomorrow at our normal time of 9 p.m. I think, as if Trish will do a show tomorrow night like she says she will, we'll be back at 9 p.m. If she ends up not going, again, we might jump on around 10 o'clock, something like that, an in-between time. Yeah, guys, get a good night's rest. Have another big day of true crime tomorrow. I'm sure there's some sort of a court case starting at 9 a.m. There'll be something on Court TV or Law and Crime. Ellie says, thanks, Pin. Sorry, I'm a downer for time tonight. No, that's okay. you are more than welcome here, LA, and you can say whatever you like in the chat. That is fine. I do not mind. If it makes you feel better or get something off your mind, that is all good. And no, thank you. Tonight was a great chat. So many great people dropped by. And yeah, it's always great to see everyone. So until next time, until tomorrow, we'll have another Nights with Ping show. Yeah, please subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment. Thanks to Moonlight View for moderating, and thanks for the donations. I really appreciate it. And see you tomorrow, everyone. Sleep well, okay? Get a good night's sleep. See you later. Bye. Bye.